Yo, what's going on, Comfy Gang? It's your boy, Comfy NEET. And I'm currently having a little bit of insomnia again, so I thought, why not shoot a video even though I feel really tired and feel like crap? And what better topic than to talk about my insomnia, which I've actually already talked about in previous videos, but in this video, I think I'm going to talk about what exactly keeps me awake at night, and more specifically, just what goes on in my head, what I'm experiencing when I have insomnia and can't sleep even though I really want to. And this light is really bright. I'll turn this way, so yeah, and my arm's up because I'm blocking the light. But anyways, I think the main thing that keeps me awake at night is just sometimes, for whatever reason, even though I feel tired in my head, or I feel like I should sleep and I feel this sort of like weird like feeling of fatigue, I think deep down I just have this weird sort of energy, that this feeling of like being energetic, like almost like I don't know, it's like a weird buzz that I get sometimes where I just feel like it's keeping me awake even though I want to go to sleep. So like I'll feel tired in like my head and have this like almost like this feeling of a headache, but then I'll have this sort of feeling of energy that's coming from my body, and it just makes me feel really awake. I don't know, it's really hard to put into words. Really hard to put into words what exactly I'm going through when I feel this, but yeah, I guess there's no really better way to describe it than energy. And aside from that, another thing that keeps me up is, I think I've talked about it before, but my chronic back pain, it comes and goes, I guess, but I always have this sort of base level of back pain that is constantly bothering me, especially when I lie down. And oftentimes when I'm having insomnia, I think it sort of compounds with that feeling of energeticness that I have, where usually when I'm able to fall asleep, it's that my feeling of tiredness sort of overcomes the back pain that I have. But when I don't have the feeling of tiredness, the back pain basically takes over, and I'm constantly adjusting and moving around in bed, trying to find a comfortable position, which I usually never find because, well, I guess that's just the nature of my back pain, where I can't lie down comfortably and find like a perfect position where I don't feel anything in my back. So as a result, I'm constantly shifting around really uncomfortably in bed, and it just makes it really hard to sleep. And aside from that, another thing, I guess related to all these things, would probably have to be all of the racing thoughts that go in my head. So for example, these thoughts, I'll just cover my eyes because this light is so bright. These thoughts really are just entirely random and can range from anything from positive to negative thoughts. It's not like I'm kept awake by, let's say, nightmares or replaying negative memories in my head, although that can happen. Like, for example, I can often replay all of the awkward situations that I've experienced throughout my life, and these can be anything from recent experiences that I've had all the way back to memories that I've had in middle school of me, I don't know, being awkward in front of a popular kid or a girl that I had a crush on, or a teacher or an adult, or just me being awkward. And I don't know, for some reason I can recall these memories as clear as day, and they still make me cringe just as hard as when they first happened. And so oftentimes I'll go from awkward memory to awkward memory, and that will keep me awake. Or sometimes it'll just be, it'll be sort of like neutral memories, like memories of, not even memories, but just thoughts, thoughts about like, using my imagination, like trying to imagine a video game that, for example, if I designed, like, what would be like the perfect, I don't know, like weapon to design in like an FPS, like how it would sound, like the feedback, like the tactile feedback, and the aesthetics of it, like what what type of I don't know, if it's like a sci-fi weapon or like a weapon in some sort of sci-fi inspired game, then what would the muzzle flash look like, and what would the projectiles coming out of it look like? Not that I know anything about video game design, but that's just kind of like giving an example of me using my imagination, because I've always loved video games and I've always wanted to design one, but I just really don't like the coding aspect of it, and would hate to have to learn any sort of programming language. I wish there was some more intuitive way to program a game, but anyways, that's besides the point. Yeah, just things like that. I'll think of that, or maybe like I'll sort of replay my favorite scenes from various TV shows or animes that I really enjoy, mostly shonen anime, because I am pretty childish and I do really like shonen anime because they sort of align with my general, I don't know, philosophy or view of life and myself. So that's one thing. But yeah, I'll just replay memories that I have with those animes, or maybe design in my head my own shonen anime with thinking about different powers that might be I don't know, in that anime, how those will work, or maybe imagine new powers in sort of like pre-existing animes that I watched, like like One Piece, which is I don't know, I just really like stuff like that for some reason. Don't ask me why, but and then I'll think about things like why I like certain things, like why I like certain animes, or I'll think about myself, like I'll think about my personality, I'll analyze myself, or I'll think about other people, like my parents and my relationship with my parents, or relatives, and just random stuff like that. And I'll basically flow from one thought to the next, pretty much like what I'm doing now when I'm talk, except it'll be even more fluid than that, and I guess more neurotic in a sense, because I can shift anywhere from, sometimes I'll have really like positive thoughts too, like I'll like basically talk myself up in my head, and kind of like motivate myself and say, think things like, oh, you have all this potential to unlock, and it'll just take time, and everything you're doing right now is just working towards some moment where where everything will just click and you'll just ascend, and it'll seem like all this hard work is for nothing, but in reality you're actually building yourself up into becoming someone who's amazing. And talent is I don't know, is an illusion. And I'll think of all this positive, I don't know, cliche self-help crap, and I'll think of that stuff, and it'll give me a dopamine high. And so yeah, that's just, I think the racing thoughts is the biggest thing, or the biggest aspect of it, is that I'll just go from one thought to the next, positive to negative, or I'll go on a little positive or neutral thought, like I guess spree, for a long time, and just jump from thought to thought, from moment to moment, and before you know it, it's been like 2 hours, and I'm still awake. I'm still wide awake. I'm still energetic, and I can't seem to fall asleep. And sometimes I'll even obsess over the fact that I can't fall asleep, and then it'll make me anxious, or that's how it used to be. But then I kind of realized that it's better just to go with the thoughts and not make myself anxious, because I'm basically making myself suffer pointlessly. And yeah, aside from that, one thing that I've read or been told that helps is meditation, and sometimes I will try that, and maybe I'll last for a few minutes before I drift back to my thoughts, and I'll have to constantly course correct myself and try and make myself try and direct my attention back to my breathing, or the physical sensations in my body, or even my thoughts, or oh, my back hurts, and things like that. And yeah, so, but then even sometimes when I meditate, just the act of meditation itself will keep me awake, and it seems like I'm really just at the mercy of whatever my body, my mind, all of these factors that I can't really control. But the biggest thing would probably have to be that sense of pure tiredness that just allows me to drift peacefully into sleep. Unfortunately, I feel like I don't have control over that, or maybe that's because I'm using digital devices like my phone and my computer screen into the late hours of the morning, and I'm sure that doesn't help with sleep. What else keeps me awake? I think temperature is also one thing that I've talked about. Like if it's too hot, I'll have a hard time falling asleep. But if it's too cold as well, then I feel like that bothers me. So I have to be at this like perfect cool temperature to stay awake. But aside from that, I don't really know. I guess just planning for the future, and my hopes and dreams. And I think one thing that I like to think about a lot is the things that I want to buy, like, for example, clothes, audio equipment. Sometimes I'll fantasize. I think, yeah, that's one thing that'll keep me awake. It's just fantasies. Maybe fantasies about me living my ideal life, and or having certain things come true. Like, I don't know, like being able to buy like clothes, or different, like have like a gaming computer, or have audio equipment like I mentioned, like a 4K TV maybe, musical instruments, or having like the perfect girlfriend, and imagining that kind of stuff and being with her. Or yeah, I know I'm a fucking simp for saying that, but I mean these are just normal thoughts, I guess. I don't know. And what else? I don't know, just thinking, what if I had been normal, or what if I had turned out a certain way? What if I had made certain choices in life? What if I hadn't spent all of my childhood playing video games, and how that would have affected me, and things like that, dwelling on the past, I guess. And what if I had certain aspects of myself be different? What if I'd been born different? And thoughts of that nature definitely had the potential to keep me awake for sure. And aside from that, I don't really know what else. I think right now I'm having some lower back pain, but I feel like that's because I haven't been doing my lower ab exercises as I should. So I think I'll probably do that tomorrow. But anyways, yeah, I think one of the big things that I'll have to address in my NEET Ascension series would probably have to be my sleep schedule. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, I think I've made a long enough video for now. So this is Comfy NEET signing out. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy this type of content, and peace.